Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been a couple days. I've had to work the last couple evenings. I think I got to work the next 3 evenings, so I don't get home till about 10 o'clock at night, and I'm not going to do a beer review at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, so haven't done any for a couple days. But today I'm going to be doing one. Just appeared on our shelves, our local shelves. It didn't appear like we didn't get it locally last year. I got a 6-pack of it, and so far I've reviewed 3 bottles of it. At 3 months and 6 months and 14 months. So I'm going to do this year's edition of the Bell's, or well, the 2012 edition of the Bell's Expedition Stout. One of my favorites. Had it locally, and I got 2 6-packs this year, so I'm going to set one back. Maybe I'll probably set back 9 or 10 bottles for some aging. This is one they say has a indefinite shelf life. I think they say shelf life indefinite. So this one was bottled on 12/27, makes it about 3 weeks old. Same thing on their website as on all the others. One of the earliest examples of the Russian Imperial Stout in the United States. Expedition Stout offers immensely complex flavors crafted specifically with vintage aging in mind, as its profile will continue to mature and develop over the years. A huge malt body is matched to a heady blend of chocolate, dark fruits, and other aromas. Intensely bitter in its early months, the flavors will slowly meld and grow in depth as the beer ages. Comes in at 10.5% ABV. I remember I had the first one last year, didn't review it in about 3 weeks. The alcohol was just almost overwhelming, so let's see what this year's edition does. Got a nice little bit of smoke there. Got a little bit left in the glass. That is black. That is motor oil black. Got a good 2.5 fingers of a really nice chocolate brown, creamy looking head. Just a beautiful looking stout. Let me get a nose on this. Okay, yeah, you're definitely getting that dark chocolate right in the beginning there. That's your strongest aroma. You get there's a little touch of smoke, maybe a little wood, almost roasted wood, not quite burnt, but roasted wood. I think that's part of the smokiness. There's some little of a bitter chocolate in there too. Besides that, almost like unsweetened chocolate, but there's some really sweet chocolate in there too. That nice sweet dark chocolate. I'm getting some nice piney hoppiness. Some really nice earthy aromas. A little bit of like espresso coffee. Some fruits like raspberry or something like that. It's just a nice strong nose with a ton of malts in it, that's for sure. So let me give it a taste. Okay, yeah, you're getting those roasted malts right out front there. Really dark roasted notes, just kind of linger on your palate. Some slightly lighter notes, maybe like caramel and toffee, sweetness, but there is a lot of chocolate in this beer. I don't remember it as being this bitter last year, but they do say intensely bitter. It's not intensely bitter, but it's not a hop bitterness. It's your burnt malt bitterness, that's for sure. There's just a bit of hoppiness in there. Leaving some nice lacing down the glass already. Just sticks to the glass. I see just a bit of bit of some alcohol legs on there, but 10.5%, that should be expected. There is a slight fruitiness from the hops, maybe, I think, that I imagine they'll go pretty quick. I remember at about 3 months it was just mostly just sweet. Little brown sugar, a little molasses, just definitely a lot of maltiness to this. It's got a nice, full, heavy mouthfeel. I mean, this is thick. This is like almost like chewing a double chocolate chip cookie. It's just really, really nice, chocolatey taste. The alcohol isn't as strong as I remember it. It's there, and it's noticeable, but it's not as strong, not nearly as off-putting as I remember it. I had this I put this in the refrigerator, so it's cool, but it's not cold. This is one that needs to be drank warm, that's for sure. Really, really nice tasting, Russian Imperial Stout. I gave this 9.5, I think, on both of my latter two reviews last year. So let me sit. I'll get the rest in the glass. Sip on this for a while. This is definitely a sipper. Not just because of the ABV, but because of there's a ton going on here. So let me sip on this a while. Let it warm up. Get it room temperature, and I'll be back after a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, everybody, I'm back. It's been almost an hour. I've just been sipping on this. I'm really enjoying this a lot. As it's warmed up, this is almost room temperature now. Still some nice lacing down the glass. Some definite alcohol legs clinging to the glass all the way down. This is really a nice drinking beer. This is not, when they say, where is it? Intensely bitter in its early months. I don't think there's a bitterness there. There's a bit of it from the hops, especially that resiny pine taste, but there's not very much from that. There's definitely some from the roasted malts, but I don't find it intensely bitter. There is a bitterness there that I do like in stouts, and I think it's balanced very nicely. I've noticed as it's warmed up, the alcohol has come out a little bit from initially when it was, you know, slightly more than room temperature, but still not a lot. Surprisingly, not as much as I remember from last year, anyway. You still don't get it in your mouth or in your throat, but once it hits your stomach, you know there's some alcohol there. You get that little burn in your stomach, so you do know there is some alcohol there, but it's not as intense as I remember it anyway. This is a darn good, really nice, really rich Imperial Stout. I like this a lot. I'm glad I got. I'll probably, those 10 bottles I'll probably stick back. Like they said, shelf life indefinite, so I may stick 10 of them back. And I've got three from last year that are well over, I think they're probably getting close to a year and a half, because those were bottled early. I didn't realize they were bottled on this date, but this was, like I said, December 27th this was bottled. And all the others I've got have been like late August or September when they were bottled. So maybe they've upped their production a little bit too. But anyway, it's a late bottling, that's for sure, at least as far as I understand. But I'm still going to give the 2012 at 3 weeks old. I'm still going to give the Bell's Expedition, the 2012 version. I'm still going to give it 9.5 out of 10. I'm looking forward to those three that I have. I'll probably do those at 2, 3, and 4 years old, and by then some of the this year's or the 2012 edition will be aging, and I may do some side by side, some verticals here in a year or so. I don't think I'll do anything for at least a year. I might, you know, I don't know. I'll probably throw 6 back and probably save the other 4 for drinking, you know, between now and next year. It's one you don't need to drink very often. It's rich, it's heavy. I mean, it's a mouthful, that's for sure, with the flavors and the mouthfeel and everything. So 9.5 out of 10 for the 2012 edition of the Bell's Expedition Stout. If you see it, pick it up. It's a good one. And if you can afford to, get a few and just send them back and let them age for a few years, which hopefully I'll be able to do. So till next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers.